Today, we're going to talk about something profound, the true essence of your being. You are not just a body with thoughts and emotions. You are a divine expression, a spark of God living a human experience. Your body is just a temporary vehicle for your true self, an eternal soul that transcends the physical form. Now, think about it. When you say, "I am who I am," this is something far beyond what we see or feel. You are not your thoughts, nor your emotions, nor even that inner voice that often takes center stage. That voice is the ego, the side that conditions us and traps us in a more limited state. But your true self, what lies behind all of this, is infinite consciousness, that pure energy that observes and understands. This means that you are an extension of the divine, a particle of God manifesting itself in a human experience. God, or this universal source, expresses itself through humanity and all that exists. But let's be clear. When we speak of God, we are not referring to a religious divine being with human characteristics, but to an infinite intelligence, the root of all existence. This is what the Hindus call Brahman, the absolute consciousness, the all from which everything comes and to which everything returns. Whether in moments of peace or of challenge, remember that you are a soul of light, a unique expression of this infinite consciousness, and that everything you need is already within you. Every step we take to understand ourselves brings us closer to this divine perception of unity and wholeness. Explore this inner connection with curiosity and openness. After all, we are part of this vastness, and by knowing ourselves, we are also discovering the universe. Let us reflect on the human experience from a deeper perspective. Every victory, every challenge, every moment of joy and every pain that you feel does not really happen to you. It happens to your body. You, as a soul, are on a level beyond these experiences. You observe all of this. You perceive every emotion, every situation, but you are not defined by them. It is as if you are both a part and a whole, living life in human form. Every thought, every beat of your heart, every cell that renews itself is actually an expression of this infinite intelligence in action. To truly understand this essence, you need to shed the layers of forgetfulness and misidentifications that have accumulated over time, and remember who you really are. Your true nature is immortal, an infinite consciousness that is merely wearing a temporary physical suit. Notice that you never refer to your body as, "I am a body," but rather as, "my body." Likewise, you say, "my hand," not, "I am a hand." This body is merely a vehicle. You are much more than it. For spirituality and mysticism, this awareness of being something greater is essential. That is why, from now on, I will refer to you as a soul, because that is what you really are. Instead of saying, "your soul," let's get straight to the point. You are the soul. This understanding puts you in control. It is a guide to experiment with these concepts and realize that they are not mere theories, but something that can be experienced, the fruit of deep and real experiences. Our mission in life, at the highest level, is to remember our true nature as a part of this whole, realizing that we are immortal, beings of light, fragments of universal consciousness living through the lens of physical reality. If you listen to the voice of your soul, you will find a freedom that transcends the physical. This freedom merges with the cosmos, with the order that governs everything. Allow yourself this connection and discover the freedom to be truly who you are. What does it really mean to be a god? We are not talking about being an entity, an all-powerful being who rules over creation, but something much more fascinating and mystical than that. You are not separate from the universe. In fact, you are the universe, experiencing yourself from a unique perspective. Imagine the universe as a vast ocean of consciousness, and you, as an individual, are like a wave in that ocean. It seems that you have your own shape, your own movement, but you are made of the same essence as the entire ocean. That is the beauty of it all. Your individuality is real, but it does not tell the whole story. You are both the wave and the entire ocean. That is what it means to be a god. It is to be a localized expression of the universal consciousness, the divine essence that permeates all existence. You are not just connected to that essence. You are that essence, the divinity experiencing itself in a unique and special way, from the perspective of your I. Our experience as individuals seems real, but in fact it is only part of the story. When we identify only with physical reality, it is like looking at a single pixel on an infinite screen. There is much more behind everything we see and feel. As mystics have said for millennia, and as quantum physics is now beginning to confirm, our perception creates and influences the universe around us. The famous double-slit experiment, for example, showed that particles behave differently depending on the observer, indicating that the universe responds to our consciousness. So, when we perceive ourselves as part of this universal consciousness, something in us changes. Instead of feeling isolated, we begin to see that we are a complete and indivisible expression of this whole. And the more we align with this truth, the more we can perceive life as a space of freedom and potentiality. We invite the divine to express itself through us, in every thought and action, understanding that we are not just living life. We are life itself happening. So, open yourself to this broader understanding of who you are. Allow yourself to experience reality not just as a separate being, but as a living expression of the cosmos. You are, in essence, a fragment of universal consciousness, and by realizing this, you awaken to an existence where everything makes sense. Consciousness plays a crucial role in shaping physical reality, an idea that aligns with the mystical view that consciousness is the basis of all existence. This concept is supported by quantum entanglement, which shows a non-local connection between particles, even over vast distances. This connection suggests an underlying field that connects everything, a kind of invisible thread that ties all of creation together, confirming the spiritual idea of a universal interconnectedness. Quantum physics calls this the zero-point field, a sea of energy that permeates the void but is actually an ever-present source of energy. This is like the ocean of consciousness we have spoken of. The universe, at its core, is a unified field, a universal consciousness that is in everything. These scientific discoveries are finally bringing science and spirituality closer together, showing that the universe is much more interconnected, conscious and enigmatic than we ever imagined. So, if we are a localized expression of this universal consciousness, how can we live this truth and awaken to our divine nature? The first step is to question who we think we are. Throughout our lives, we are conditioned to believe that we are just a body with an isolated mind. But is this really true? Try observing your thoughts, emotions, and sensations. See how they come and go, while something inside you remains constant, unchanging. This something is the consciousness that observes everything. It is the first glimpse of your essence. As we move away from exclusive identification with the body and mind, we begin to access states of consciousness that are beyond the physical form. These are not myths or fantasies, but maps of consciousness that expand our vision of who we really are and reveal to us a vast terrain, waiting to be explored. So how do you get started? Here is a practical tip. Close your eyes for a moment and focus on the space between your thoughts. As thoughts arise, don't follow them. Just notice the pauses, the gaps between them. This thought-free space is a glimpse of your true nature, a pure consciousness that observes and simply is. Comment below on what you felt and if this helped you to perceive a little more of this universal essence. After all, we are all learning and rediscovering together. Now, let's talk about how to move beyond the limitations of the body. As you begin to realize that you are more than this physical body and more than your memories, an unchanging and infinite consciousness emerges at your core. It is at this point that you begin to free yourself from apparent limitations. Physical life, with its challenges and obstacles, is actually a tool that propels us towards spiritual growth. And each challenge that comes your way is not a block. It is a reminder of your divine nature, an opportunity to rediscover yourself as an unlimited consciousness. So when you are faced with a difficult situation, Instead of reacting automatically, try to connect with a broader perspective. Ask yourself, how would this universal consciousness handle this? This practice helps to expand your identity. Imagine yourself beyond the body, beyond the place where you are, and expand. Expand your body to the room, the building, the city, the planet, and so on, until you feel part of the vast universe. This is the greatness of your nature, which goes beyond the physical. When you align with your true essence, you realize that you are a co-creator of your reality. Your ideas, expectations, and beliefs not only influence but also create what you experience. And when you start to pay attention to these thoughts, you can ask yourself whether they reflect your unlimited nature or are based on old limiting beliefs. Instead of wishing for something out of lack, try creating from the understanding that you are the source from which everything originates. It's about letting your divine essence come through, not to inflate your ego, but to transcend that limited identity. The more you do this, the more you will act with compassion, clarity, and strength, the true marks of a universal consciousness in action. Remember that you are not a single, isolated entity. Your soul is multidimensional, with aspects that operate on levels beyond our everyday perception. Different cultures and traditions have always known this, and describe these aspects as parts of the soul that go beyond the physical. There is a part of you that flows between the physical and the spiritual, something that can be experienced in deep states of meditation or out-of-body experiences. And there is also an enlightened aspect, a greater potential of your being, a wiser and higher version of you, that acts as a guide and protector. This guiding self can come as intuition or as that inexplicable feeling of being on the right path. What I am sharing here is a real dimension of your existence. Your soul is a complex structure, connected directly to the divine source at its highest level. And that is why, in deep moments of introspection or meditation, you can feel a unity with all that exists. Each soul is a living expression of universal consciousness. This means that you are not just something created by the divine. You are the divine itself in the form of experience. This essence runs through all your lives, experiences and bodies, but it maintains its continuity, its true essence. You are a continuous manifestation, shaping reality and exploring life in all its forms, without ever losing your true identity as a divine spark. The idea behind reincarnation is that it does not involve the rebirth of our current personality, but rather the choice of new experiences for our growth and evolution. With practice and clarity, you, as a soul, can learn to move between dimensions consciously. And you don't have to wait until death to do this. It is possible in this lifetime, through practices such as lucid dreaming and astral projection. In this process, you experience what it means to be a consciousness independent of the physical body, expanding your perception while still incarnated. Now, let me share some of the profound wisdom from the Emerald Tablets of Tahuti, or Thoth, the Egyptian deity of knowledge and wisdom, who left a powerful message for us to ponder. In his words on the Emerald Tablets, he tells us that the path to understanding the universe lies within us. He said that we are masters of ourselves, and that true knowledge emerges from within. Thoth was not just talking about looking inward introspectively, but about realizing that our essence is a living expression of the greater truth. These teachings reveal the true experience of the soul and the ultimate destiny of human consciousness. Listen carefully. These words carry truths that can transform the way you understand life. The human soul moves forward continuously, not limited to any star, always driven by a greater calling. It moves towards something immense, dissolving itself in the light of the whole. In other words, this trajectory is not random. It is guided by the cosmic law of cause and effect, known as karma. This movement leads us to a union with the divine, in a state of perfect integration with universal consciousness. This path is not about individual growth. It is about the expansion of consciousness itself. Thoth describes a cosmic plan where, in a time yet to come, all will become one, and one will become all. Each soul, a perfect flame, will advance to a place in the stars, transcending even time and space beyond the dimensions we know. This is a glimpse into the future of human consciousness, both individually and collectively. We are moving toward a state where we recognize and live our oneness with everything. In this state, we transcend the limitations of our current reality, accessing levels of existence that are currently beyond our comprehension. And you, as a perfect flame of this cosmos, are a fundamental part of this evolution. Your quest to awaken and remember your divine essence contributes to this collective transformation. Imagine for a moment that by developing your consciousness and realizing your role in this vastness, you become more than an isolated being. You are an essential part of this collective change. Your awakening process reflects an expansion that benefits everyone, as if each awakening soul forms a chain that pulls us towards this new reality of unity and understanding. This process is greater than you can imagine. With each step you take towards your own evolution, you are creating a profound impact on the collective awakening, helping humanity move towards this perfect union with the divine, where not only do you dissolve into the light of the whole, but where we all share this experience of expansion and integration. We are not all destined to follow a single predefined path. On the contrary, Tahuti teaches us that each consciousness is unique and follows an exclusive path to achieve its own development. If everyone followed the same path as those who came before, everything would be nothing more than a repetition, devoid of meaning. Each being, with their individual experience, contributes to the grand plan of the cosmos and, in doing so, moves closer to the final goal. The further we advance in this cycle, the more skills and knowledge we acquire, and with that, the greater our ability to align ourselves with universal law. Your life, as it is not a simple coincidence. It is full of challenges and achievements because it is a unique and carefully created opportunity to expand your consciousness and fulfill an irreplaceable role within the whole. Each experience, each choice and each moment are like pieces of a larger puzzle, which you yourself are putting together, even if sometimes you do not clearly realize it. This also means that, as you live, you are learning to operate with universal laws, not just reacting to reality, but shaping it according to your perception. And, as you get to know yourself more deeply, you will see that you are a divine expression, actively participating in this cosmic process of growth and expansion. Remember, your evolution does not follow a fixed pattern or a sequence of predetermined steps. The wisdom accumulated over many lifetimes helps you hone your divine potential, transforming each new experience into an opportunity for self-discovery. You are here to write your own story, live your own discoveries, and make a unique contribution to the universe. Therefore, by opening yourself to this expansion of consciousness, you begin to see yourself not as an isolated piece, but as a being connected to something immense, participating in the collective evolution of human consciousness. However, this does not mean that we are all living exactly the same type of experience. Therefore, remember that you are not here to follow in anyone else's footsteps. Your life is unique, and your role within the cosmic plan is exclusively yours. Each incarnation, each cycle, adds a new level of understanding and mastery over the laws that govern the universe. Therefore, embrace this experience with everything it offers you. After all, it is through it that you come closer and closer to your essence as part of the whole. Allow yourself to feel this truth. You are not just a passive observer of your own life. By recognizing the divine essence within you, you free yourself from the bonds of the ego and open yourself to a new level of existence. Imagine living each day with the awareness that you are part of this universal source, and that every experience is another step on your spiritual journey. When you look at yourself with this understanding, each moment begins to have a deep and special meaning. Remember that this connection with the divine is already within you, just waiting to be rediscovered. By letting go of the illusions that the ego creates, you return to your pure state of love, compassion and peace, that which you have always been from the beginning. This is the call of your true self, inviting you to live authentically, with the beauty and simplicity of who you really are. allow yourself to return to the center, and find in that place a deep relief and peace that only the recognition of your essence can bring. So, today, decide to live according to this greater truth. Connect with this divine spark within you, and let it illuminate your life. Be who you really are, not the character that the world expects, but the infinite and light-filled soul that you were born to be. After all, the entire universe breathes through you, and by living this truth, you transform not only your life, but also the world around you. I hope you enjoyed the video. Share it with others so that they can also benefit from this message, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to receive our new content about spirituality. May God bless your life. See you soon.